All right, if you're in cybersecurity, I'm sure you've been hearing nonstop about AI. And let's be real, it can sound a little scary, right? But what if I told you AI isn't coming for your job, but it's here to give you superpowers? That's what we're digging into today, how AI is flipping the script on cybersecurity roles, turning us from technicians into, well, something much, much cooler.
Okay, before we jump in, a quick heads up. This whole explainer series is all about looking at how jobs in a typical IT department are changing because of AI. We're also going to pinpoint the exact skills you'll need to stay ahead of the curve. Now, everything we're about to cover is based on a really detailed report from Virtualization Options LLC. We're just scratching the surface here, but we're pulling out the biggest takeaways for you. So, let's just cut right to the chase, right? The big question, the elephant in the room. Is AI a threat to your career in cybersecurity? I mean, with all this talk of automation, you've got to be wondering, is my job safe? It's a totally valid question.
And the answer, let me be super clear, is no, absolutely not. But, and this is a big but, your job is definitely changing. It's transforming. Think of it less like your job is disappearing and more like it's getting a massive promotion. The days of being just a manual technician are numbered. The future is about becoming a strategic orchestrator. So the goal here isn't to fight the wave, it's to learn how to surf it. All right, so to really get where we're headed, we've got to first take a quick look back at where we've been. Let's talk about the daily grind of traditional cyber defense. I'm sure for many of you, this is going to sound very familiar. At the heart of the old way of doing things is something called the haystack problem. And you know exactly what this is. It's that feeling of just drowning in a sea of security alerts, day in, day out. You're trying to find that one tiny needle, the one real threat in this gigantic, ever-growing haystack of noise. And check this out. This chart just lays it all bare. We're talking 40, 50, even 60% of a specialist's day. That's nearly half of your entire workday spent just sifting through alerts. Think about that. All that human talent, all that expertise, just buried under a mountain of triage. But wait, it gets crazier. Here's the real kicker. Of all those alerts you're spending half your life on, a whopping 80 to 90% of them are false positives. Yeah, let that sink in. Almost the entire haystack is just hay. It's not just inefficient, it's a recipe for burnout. And when you're burned out, that's exactly when the real threats slip right past you. And it's not just the alerts, right? The rest of the day is this endless loop of manual tasks. You're poring over logs by hand, you're doing that classic swivel chair thing, jumping from one tool to the next, getting buried in compliance docs. It's all reactive. You're always playing defense, always one step behind. Okay, enough doom and gloom about the old way. Let's talk about the future, because this is where it gets really good. We are moving from being a technician to becoming an AI supervisor, an AI orchestrator. This quote from the report just nails it. You're evolving from someone who just follows the rules to someone who designs, trains, and supervises the entire AI-driven system. Your value isn't in clicking the buttons anymore. It's in teaching the machine which buttons to click and why. Look at this side by side. It makes it so clear. Manual log analysis? Nope, now you're supervising AI models. Reactive incident response? Nah, you're designing automated playbooks. Your job isn't gone, it's been upgraded. You're moving from the trenches to the command center. And if you want to see the payoff, just look at this. Mean time to respond. We're going from hours, sometimes even days, down to minutes. I mean, from as much as 36 hours down to maybe 20 minutes? That is absolutely insane. It's the difference between a small, contained problem and a full-blown catastrophe. This is a game changer, plain and simple. And this is what that new workflow, that new partnership actually looks like. It starts with you, with your human brain, your intuition. You come up with a theory, a what if. Then you unleash the AI to do the heavy lifting, to search through terabytes of data in minutes. Then you step back in, using your expertise to investigate the juicy leads the AI finds. And the best part? Your findings then make the AI even smarter for the next time. It's a beautiful loop. Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now for the most important part, the how. How do you get ready for this? What skills should you be focused on developing, like right now? The report really boils it down to 3 key areas. First, you've got to be AI literate.
You don't have to be a data scientist, but you need to understand how these systems think. Second is something called MLOps. We'll get to that in a sec. And third, and this is huge, is getting a handle on AI ethics and bias.
So, MLOps. What the heck is that? Well, if you're familiar with DevOps, you're already on the right track. It's the same idea, but for machine learning models. It's all the practical, hands-on stuff. Deploying the AI, keeping an eye on it, and making sure it's running smoothly in a real-world, high-stakes environment. Basically, you're the AI's pit crew. And as this AI orchestrator, your job description gets a serious upgrade. You're not just a user anymore. You're the AI's manager. You have to be able to spot when it's being biased. You have to demand that it explains its decisions, no more black boxes, and you even have to defend the AI itself from new types of attacks. This is strategic, big picture stuff. So, when you boil it all down, this is the key. It is not, I repeat, not humans versus machines. The future is all about collaboration. It's about your brain, your experience, your intuition, paired with the raw power and speed of AI. You're not just a musician in the orchestra anymore. You're the conductor. So, here's the bottom line. This isn't some far-off future we're talking about. This is happening right now. The question isn't, will AI change my job? The real question is, am I ready for the new, way more powerful job that AI is creating? Your tools are getting a massive upgrade. The only question is, are you?